Hey, it's me again, and I've got another disclaimer for you. In this episode, you will see me, Bonnie, Nina, and a couple of new people. However, Bonnie unfortunately stopped recording accidentally mid-recording session, so he's technically not in this podcast. Obviously, I'm still going to give him credit because he actually went to the recording session and he did a good job. But, I mean, yeah, so when we get to parts where it sounds like that we're just talking to nobody, just know that we're talking to Bonnie, but you can't hear him. As for the parts where Bonnie is talking for a long period of time, I will be replacing those parts with a commercial break, which is identified by what I guess kind of sounds like elevator music. Somewhat. But yeah, with that out of the way, let's get right into the episode. Enjoy.
You are listening to Behind the Screens. Please sit back, relax, enjoy the show, and make sure to like and subscribe for more episodes.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of the Behind the Screens podcast. We were originally called the Procrastinators podcast, but because I'm a dummy, I forgot to check to make sure if there was or was not already a Procrastinators podcast, and turns out there is. So now we're Behind the Screens. Hooray! All right, yeah, so today I've got me, your host, Binsu, and I've also got Bonnie Cakes. I've got, yeah, he's not doing Mario today, but we've also got a new guy here named Brad.
Heck yeah, yo, what's up?
We got another new person, Little Mouse.
Hey.
And we got Nina.
Hi.
Minty said he couldn't make it today, but that's okay. He'll make it the next one. We also had this guy named Josh who was going to come, but he was busy. So, let's go ahead and get started with a quick little, actually, I'm going to say a disclaimer.
Me too.
Because last episode was way too long, because someone got the entire podcast to talk way too much about Super Smash Bros.
Nerds.
we are gonna be limiting each news topic to 10 minutes each.
All right.
Smart.
Okay, got it.
Very smart.
All right.
Much more like a TV program.
All right, I gotta go print off the sheet, so didn't do it ahead of time.
Turning off.
You don't have to print. You don't have to print it off. It's in Google Docs. You can just open it up in a tab.
Dude, I gotta print it, dude. I gotta be physical, yo.
Oh my god.
Gotta print it out. Hey, no, I have a wireless headset, so I can walk around my house just talking to, just
Okay.
walk around.
Well, while you're doing that, let's go ahead and get started with introductions. Brad, go ahead and introduce yourself.
All right. Hey,
say your name, what you do, and just a little fun fact about yourself.
So I'm Brad the Wise. I'm one of Trenton's buddies, or Bensu's buddies. Sorry, do you not want to be called? It doesn't matter.
It's fine.
Okay. I'm one of Trenton's buddies from his digital media technology class, which was last year at Summit Technology Academy up in Lee Summit, if that's cool.
Don't give him the entire thing.
Yep. And so I'm a good buddy of him, and I was like, we did a lot of fun stuff in that class. So I got out of that, and I was like, I went into college to do that, and I was like, wow, they teach it weird in college. So I did automotive technology, and then I was like, wow, that sucks. So now I'm doing EMS program, and in college, which I'm going to talk about later. In random subjects or whatever. And let's see, what else? I play piano, so that was why I did digital media technology. I play a lot. I've been playing for years. And then, see, what else am I supposed to talk about? Like I really enjoy music. I like voice. Voice acting's fun. I like listening to voice acting. Yeah. So that's Brad the Wise. I play games, I'm also a computer guy, so I just put in a water cooler if anyone's curious.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really MLG with that. And yeah, that's Brad the Wise.
Cool. All right. Next we have Little Mouse. Why don't you give us a little introduction?
Hey, so I guess I'm Little Mouse. I graduated from like a 1-year film school thing like last year. So right now I'm just kind of looking for more schooling because I felt like 1 year wasn't enough. So, and then I've also got like a YouTube channel and Tumblr and that kind of thing. Just trying to make some art for the internet. and I play some games here and there, but yeah.
All right, sweet. And me, Bonnie, and Nina already gave introductions in the last episode, so we don't need to. So let's get into the next. Let's go into the next category. How have you guys been recently? What's been going on in your lives?
Should we go individually? Or all at once?
Sorry, say
Like,
again.
general discussion?
Like-
Or-
Yeah, well, this is like a how you've been recently. I can start because I've definitely had a pretty eventful past 2 weeks.
Go right ahead.
So first things first. So I'm working a part-time job at this place called Five Below. Have you guys heard of that place?
Oh my gosh, I love that place!
It's it's
No. No, I haven't.
it's kind of like a dollar store, except everything is $5 or below.
They sell squishies
And it's like
So shit. Great.
And it's like yeah, a lot of stuff there is like some Chinese knockoff stuff, but at the same time, there's a lot of cool stuff there, and it's mainly marketed towards teens, but yeah, there's also like adults, like stuff for adults
fun.
and stuff for kids.
Wow,
Adult
yeah,
stuff?
Not the kind of adult stuff you're thinking of. No, just like household products and stuff.
Okay.
So, recently, honestly, so my job there is a cashier. It's called a sales associate, but I'm just a cashier, and so I hate it when I get like bad customers, not mainly customers that get mad at me for doing my job,
Oh, yeah.
or if I didn't do my job good enough.
Oh, I get that a lot.
So, I mean, like recently, this one lady asked me if we had any scales, like weight scales, because we're doing a thing for New Year's resolutions where we have a bunch of exercise equipment, and apparently we also sell scales, which I was not aware of because they don't tell me what the all the things we have in stock. I just have to find out for myself because I mean that's any business really.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and so this lady asked me where the scales are, and I said, "Oh, I don't know where the scales are. We probably don't sell them." And so she eventually found them in like a freaking like corner where no one was ever gonna find them.
Oh, God.
And so she comes up to me and says, "Why did you tell me you don't sell them if you do sell them?" And I was like, I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry, I just didn't know. I just didn't know. But it's good. I said, but it's good that you found them. And she's like, yeah. Well, I'm gonna call your manager. Is your manager here?
Oh, jeez, rude.
So such a suburban mom, honestly.
It's
Yeah, she's like,
Hey, I'm gonna call your manager.
you gave me an extra wing in my KFC. Oh my god.
and
I'm gonna call your manager. I'm gonna complain to corporate. I'm
Exactly.
gonna
Oh, my God.
call corporate right now. Actually, no. You know what? I'm gonna call 911. Actually.
Oh my god.
yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Might as well.
she didn't go that far, but she did say she was gonna call corporate, and like I was super nice about it. I told her it's my fault. I gave her my name, cause she asked for it. I gave her my name, and I was super nice about it.
should've
And
told
yet
her
she's
to
still like,
Eat a dick.
and she,
Honestly.
and she I don't do that. I'm a good employee. I still treat all customers with respect.
Nah, fuck
so-
customers.
Jesus.
No, but like, and eventually after she left, I told my manager saying, "Hey, somebody might call you about me being a bad employee or something." And my manager's just like, "Oh, what the heck did you do?" I'm just like, "Oh, I told this lady that I don't think we sell scales, but she found one, and she said she's gonna call the manager about it." And then my manager's just like, "Dude, just don't worry about it."
How the fuck is that your
Good.
problem? Like I don't get, like they have this notion
Yeah.
that everything in the store is your problem because you are an employee in that store, and like you give a shit about like one random item.
like
Sorry.
a lot of it's very rare that I get a bad customer because I'm not that I'm just gonna say I'm a good employee. All right, I'm one of the best employees that store has ever had, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm totally buying that. Yeah.
Watch, somebody's gonna.
But like,
somebody's gonna be like,
obviously no one's perfect. Nobody's perfect, so I'm gonna get some mad customers here and there, and yeah. So that was one of them, and then a long time ago, I had my first ever angry customer, who was upset because I wasn't allowed to sell a third fidget spinner to his child.
Why aren't you allowed to sell?
Was it like a one buy one
Right.
get one?
This was back when fidget spinners were the thing, and
Like
so
one
what
progressive, one per customer.
So
Yeah.
because they
boy.
were so popular, we had to limit
Oh.
2 fidget spinners per customer, and by definition, the customer is the person who's paying. And so
Ah.
this guy came in, with his 3 kids, and he said and he tried to buy 3 fidget spinners, but because I was told not to, I said because of the policy, I could only sell him 2. And so actually no, it was 2 of his kids who walked in and tried to buy 3 fidget spinners, but I can only sell them 2, and so they bought 2 and they walked out. It was after that where their dad walked in and started scolding me and telling me why can't you sell a 3rd fidget spinner to my child? And I'm just
Oh
like,
my God.
and I keep telling him it's 2 per customer. I'm sorry. And he makes a point saying that since there were 2 of his kids in there, that means 2 per customer, meaning they were able to buy 4. That's not how it works.
Okay,
So-
well,
He's the customer.
if you're
yeah.
if you're gonna do that, at least be clever about it and like
Yeah, do a
pretend you're
separate
separate.
transaction, yeah.
Like,
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, I just decided to give him the 3rd fidget spinner because I mean it's just a 3rd fidget spinner, it doesn't matter. And so it was at that point where he pulled off the customer is always right card.
Oh
Jesus.
my
And
gosh.
Because
I
they're
hate
not.
and
people.
as
They're wrong all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just want to say the customer is always right saying is freaking stupid. The customer is not always right. I'm the one who works here. The manager works there. They're the ones who know what's going on. So you can't tell me that you're right when you don't even work here.
See, that's why I don't deal with people. I mean, I do what
Yeah.
I have to because I work in retail, but like, I don't deal with people. Like,
I mean-
excuse me, you are not right. I work here, okay? So if you have any complaints about what I do, then you can leave. Bye.
Yeah. Bye. Yeah. I worked at Country Mark for a week, so yeah, that's my experience doing that. I quit after that week, just to clarify.
I've had jobs like that too.
I quit. Yeah, I was like, fuck that.
was it because of like that kind of incident that made you quit?
Honestly, yeah. It was like, okay, so it was creepy, and like my last day, they made me a checker or a bagger, right? I was a checker, right? And they made me
Yeah.
a bagger. Well, being a bagger, like you have to go out and get carts. Well, only the men baggers can go out and get carts. That's sexism, right? That is sexism. Okay. So well, I mean, it's dark, but
that's manonism.
that's manonism. Like that is, and
No, wait.
and then they gave me clause to quit. They
No,
changed
for
my
me.
shit, and then there was weird customers. I'm not gonna lie. There was a guy who said he liked to nuke his ice cream for like a couple minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, he liked to microwave his. It was weird customers, right? Anyway, I have a lot of stories about that, but anyway, yeah, that's why I quit. So
Yeah. But now you're doing EMT, right?
yeah, now I'm doing EMT. So I was practicing a belt pull the other day, right? And I accidentally undid a girl's pants.
Wait, hold on.
No, it
Actually,
Oh no!
Yeah, it was-
Gosh, wait, hold
You're
on.
gonna cut it off at that.
No, yeah, I was gonna talk.
Nina leaves chat.
can you explain to me what Can you actually explain to me what EMT is? Because I forgot.
All right, EMT is emergency medical technician. So that is like it is below a paramedic. So there's paramedics, right, and then there's an EMT. I want to be a paramedic hopefully someday. So I'm gonna do EMT school. I'm gonna be an EMT. I'm gonna work in EMS. I'm gonna work as an EMT over the summer, and then I'm gonna start paramedic school next fall. And that is my plan.
Oh, that's
Of
really
action.
good. That's nice.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, for now. I mean, I might say, hey, this sucks, but because I don't know. Anywho.
Have you already done some like jobs then?
Yeah, no, I've done like we've been doing practice job. Like we've been doing. I'm still in the class, so we've been doing a lot of practice drills and a lot of studying. I mean, it's a lot. I spend like 7 hours every couple days reading a book. You know, it's pretty rigorous. Enough about
I mean,
me
it's-
though.
Like it's gotta be if you're supposed to be responding to emergencies and stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, it has to be. Yeah, I mean, everyone says, "Oh yeah, it should be rigorous." Well, I mean, yeah, it should be, but like, I shouldn't have to be a doctor, right? I shouldn't have to be a field doctor, because no, I mean, obviously it's not that intensive, but still, it's pretty ridiculous sometimes when you're like, you have to know weird test questions. You know, like when your driver's test, right? Everyone did their driver's test, right? And how
Yeah.
like the permit test, right? Well, in Missouri, like anyway, the permit test is like ridiculous, like whatever, 6 car car spaces behind, or there's weird questions like that. Well, it's similar in AMT. You know, it's a lot of weird, stupid questions. Like what is the first step in turning on a defibrillator, right? Well, you turn it on.
Well, that's kind of important if you
turn
want the defibrillator to
Well,
work.
no, you turn it on. That's the first step. That's a question. Like, that's really dumb and obvious. It's too obvious. Anywho, yeah.
Are there like trick questions in those?
Yeah, a lot of them.
Like how in a driving test, it's how fast above or below can you go the speed? How fast above or below the speed limit can you go?
Yeah, there's a lot. There's
To which the answer is none. You're not allowed to go above. Or
yeah,
below.
exactly. The answer, it's a trick question. Like,
Right.
it's stupid. I mean, not that you're gonna fall. Not that you're gonna. I mean, I speed a lot, so not that you're gonna listen to that. But,
Way to say that.
Honestly, me.
Not a good thing to admit.
Me
no,
trying to
I
get to
mean,
work.
whatever. I don't. I mean,
He honestly does though, because like after every class at Summit Tech, after every class I would get on the bus to go back to my school because
oh shit.
because we weren't allowed to drive to
I
class.
mean, I
Our
just
school was
got
too
my
far
car
away.
then, so.
But like I would be on the bus looking out the window and there's freaking Brad racing the bus, trying to
Yikes.
No,
God.
dude. I got that turbo,
You
yo.
guys are gonna die.
Oh no, that's not how you do it.
Nah, dude. I mean, very rarely did I have to pass the bus. Very rarely. Okay, that did not help my case.
No.
I'm a very safe driver, guys.
Like, we're gonna take your
Okay.
word for it
No,
now.
no, you should.
Right,
you
I know, I'm a
should.
little
You should take my word
scared.
for it.
Honestly, you know what, Brad, you're more safe than because God, do I have something to say about
Yeah. What?
because like no offense to if he's ever listening to this, but I shouldn't have said his name. I'm sorry.
Oh no, his name's Thomas.
But-
Remember?
No, it's his name's Thomas.
Yeah.
Thomas.
I thought you were just gonna not say his name, like.
No, Thomas. Or
Okay.
Daniel. Or let's add a bunch of random names now, so it's confusing.
Daniel. His name's Daniel. All right, so Daniel, what Daniel did was, so, with all this stuff that Brad tells me about how he drives, Daniel like, so, I wouldn't say he's the safest of drivers because one day he came to school saying, oh yeah, I crashed my car and I had to get a repair. It
He
freaking
literally
sucked."
rear-ended a lady on this road.
Wait,
going slow.
no.
What?
It's after that. Hold on.
Oh.
Yeah, there's more
So-
than that probably.
Well, this was before that. So he crashed into someone. He had to get his car repaired, and he's like super casual about it. He's like, oh, it's whatever. I'll just get it paid for, and I'll be a safer driver. And then
Next
like
week.
a couple weeks later,
Oh no.
a couple weeks later, I get into class, and Daniel sits next to me, and he goes, so I rear-ended an old lady.
Oh my god.
I'm just like, you what? And he goes, yeah. So I was texting while driving, and it was.
I never do that, to clarify.
That's
And-
terrible.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
Hey,
but
Don't do
PSA
kids,
that.
don't
kids.
do that. It's really dumb.
Maybe we should
He was-
stop bashing on Daniel.
He's like casually telling me about this. He's like, so yeah, I was texting while driving, and I just rammed into her. It was crazy.
Oh my god.
And
Poor old lady.
he showed me a picture of the damage, and his like the entire front of his car looks like it was like bitten by freaking Godzilla.
Well, I mean,
How is he alive?
Oh my god.
well, he was going slow. He was going 35 or like.
Okay, wait. The important question is,
That's
was
not
the old
slow.
That's
lady
not
okay?
the.
Yeah, what about
Correct.
the old lady
lady?
was. I think the old lady was okay. Yeah.
Everyone's okay. I think because I remember him telling me everyone was okay. Anyway, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, compared to that, I mean, like, I'm never on my phone while I drive. At least, yeah, I might be a little quick, right? But, like, you know, compared to distraction, you know, it's relatively different, I guess.
Yeah.
Don't speed, kids.
Oh.
You'll just get a
Wait,
ticket.
You guys are all like in the U.S., right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't actually drive because around the Vancouver like Tri-City area, like our transit's
you're in
actually
a-
pretty good.
You're in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like our SkyTrain like goes everywhere and like it stretches pretty far. So basically I can oh my god.
Just burps, sorry.
But yeah, like it stretches pretty far so I can get away with like not driving. But
Oh,
in recent years
yeah.
like I've seen when our parents take us places, it's like they yell a lot at people sometimes.
I love your country. I go there all the time with my familia. Oh, it's
Yeah.
beautiful there.
I mean, I live in Branson.
I mean, that's
right.
that's America too.
There's no you have to have a car to live in Branson. Like in this part of Missouri, right? You have to have a car, right? You
Yeah,
have to have a car. Yeah. There's no transportation.
because like unlike some other countries like Japan or Korea or I guess Canada, is Canada's SkyTrain kind of like a
Um,
kind
I'm
of
not
like
actually sure. I
Pennsylvania?
just know I remember talking about transit to like American friends, and they were talking about how like the buses do not show up on time like at all.
Yeah, they're like,
And
what? Americans
when
would
I-
be
Yeah,
like,
the only
When
I
I go
mean,
to-
for
only-
us, it's like they usually do. They sometimes don't, but like you can actually check like on Google Maps and stuff. It'll tell you, and they're usually only like 5 minutes late or something.
That's true, because when I go to Canada, with my family, we never drive. We normally always take the train, and we normally take, like, there's not a lot, like, I don't know, I guess trains in the area, but there's normally always, like, some kind of public transportation there. Like, we take buses or trains, and they're everywhere. Like, at least that's what we do.
yeah. Um,
well, like transportation in America, the only time we have like sky trains or trams or anything like that is just in like big city areas. Nobody really uses a train to get from place to place in from place to place unless it's like New York City or Seattle, San Francisco.
and even then, like, they have to, like, there's crazy traffic even then, like,
Yeah.
people gotta have a
Yeah,
car.
too.
LA's got a problem with that though. They don't have like a subway system or anything.
Yeah.
At least I don't think
as
they
far
do.
as we know, yeah.
But like traffic over there is terrible.
Yeah. Like, at least in the US, it's hard to not get around without a car.
Bonnie, you'll
'Cause
get to talk. Don't worry.
it's hard not to get around
Trust
without
me,
a
you know
car.
what to say.
Because, like, wherever you go, you need a car pretty much. Like, when I had a foreign exchange student live at my house for a while, and she was saying, why do you guys have cars everywhere? Like, I'm not used to seeing so many cars. And I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, whenever we go somewhere, we can walk, or if you don't walk, you better go somewhere closer, because they do not have cars where she's from.
What country is she from?
She's from the Philippines. So I guess like in her area, they come from a wealthy kind of family. So I guess like in her area, there's more cars and stuff, but people are walking everywhere. There's like little markets and stuff. At least this is what she was telling me, that they do not use cars that often. So I was like, that's so crazy.
Wait, what country did you say she's from?
The Philippines.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Wait, can you guess hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
we can hear you.
Okay, I was trying to ask what country is she from, but I haven't heard an answer.
Philippines.
The Philippines.
Philippines. Okay, because
Yes.
I guess it was cutting out.
Yeah.
That sounds a little bit like Taiwan, actually, what you described, because I remember whenever we'd go to Taiwan, it's like there's tons of cars, but also the sidewalks. There's just always stores like just right next to the sidewalks. There are hardly any places where you can walk by where there aren't any like little shops.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and then there's places like Japan or Korea where hardly anyone has a car, but that's because the train system can pretty much take you anywhere in the country.
Yeah.
Pretty much,
And
yeah.
you can just walk to your next destination because your destination is pretty much, I don't know, like a couple blocks from the train station you got off of.
I don't know. I like driving. I mean, because I'm American, so I mean, I really like cars and driving, and it's fun. Not far though, you know.
I don't know, I honestly hate driving. Like, I was happy when I got my license, of course. I was like, yay, I can drive. But I hate driving. If
Like
I can get out of
all-
driving, I will get out of
Like
driving.
all kinds of like what do you mean, like city driving, or all like driving really far, or like what? Like
Well, I don't really live, like, in the city area, at least, like, where I'm from. I live, like, kind of out in the country. Like,
Yeah.
not saying I live in the middle of nowhere, but I don't live, like, close to, like, any city area. So whenever I do
Yeah.
have to go to the city area, I hate driving there.
so it's like 30
So
minutes
I,
or an
like,
hour, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a 30-minute drive or so if I have
Yeah.
to, like, get somewhere with, stores and stuff.
Yeah.
So whenever I have to drive, I'm like, can we, like, just not go, or can you drive and I sit in the back, or, like, anywhere I go, I try to get out of driving, but my parents are like, no, you have to drive because we used to drive you since you came out of the womb, so you're driving today. And I'm like, do I have to? Now I'm like
Is
the,
it
like the Uber of my family.
That's honestly that's me too. I became kind of the Uber for a few people when I started driving. Except this Uber doesn't get paid.
Me too.
Although honestly, I am very generous when it comes to giving some friends like a drive to their house from school or something.
Yeah,
Me
me too.
Because like,
Yeah,
honestly.
I'm nice with that.
Because like where I live, I live in a small town, so everything is pretty much like down the street.
Yeah.
I
So
know
I don't
have
mind
that.
giving them rides to their house. Although that has been pretty hard lately with the ice that has completely covered our town.
Yeah.
There is ice everywhere. I was driving 5 miles an hour down my street today, and even then I was like sliding everywhere. It was it was difficult.
Gotta be
Oh
careful.
yeah, how much did it snow for you guys recently? For us, like up in like Vancouver, it was like 3 inches maybe, and it's mostly gone now.
Yeah.
I can't really complain about having all this snow because we've had like two, I don't want to say blizzards, but just like snowstorms and ice storms, and so I've been complaining too much about how it's like -5 degrees, and because even though I've been complaining about that, I've also got friends in like Michigan and like Minnesota who have been telling me like, oh yeah, well it's like -25 over here, or it's like
Like, yeah,
just downright terrible.
Okay.
that's what does. Like, there's
Yeah,
not
I mean,
too
I live
much
really.
snow.
I live a little bit more south, right? I live in kind of the lower part of Missouri, so like it's not really snowed at all, really. It's just cold. AF.
It does get cold down there,
It's
yeah,
just
but
cold.
it doesn't really snow.
It's just freezing. It's just like really cold outside.
I guess it really depends because like there's because Branson's in the mountains. I guess it really depends how
Well,
higher up you
yeah,
are.
I guess it's in the Ozark area.
The wind chills are terrible.
Oh yeah, it's horrible. I mean,
Wind chills are terrible because of the
I mean, I live on on an uprise, right, or on like I'd say almost it's it's really deep depression, I guess, but yeah, the wind chill's crazy, and all my furniture outside and my patio just gets fucked. I mean, it's great. It's good fun.
I agree. The wind
That
is
doesn't. That
terrible
sounds like the
over here.
opposite of great.
Yeah, no, it's not.
by the way, Branson, Missouri is pretty much the Missouri version of Las Vegas, except there's mountains instead of
Yeah.
a desert.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, guys, there's not much to it. If let's say our channel gets big and this video is massive, yeah, don't come here. No. No, you can.
No, but Branson is fun. Branson's fun though. They got like
I love
lakes everywhere.
Yeah, there's like, I mean, yeah,
They've
Table Rock.
got
I live right off
go-kart-
Table Rock.
There's
so.
like go-kart places around every corner.
Yeah, dude, it's great.
There's mini golf everywhere. There's a few casinos
Yeah.
that we're not allowed to go to.
Me.
I mean, for now.
I'm a
For now,
Michigander,
yeah.
so we get just cold and not cold, then hot one day, then freezing the
Yeah,
other day.
it's really hard on everything. It's really hard.
Yeah, it's not bad, honestly. Like today, it's not cold, but it's just the wind is really bad.
For you, what
but
is not cold?
Oh, sure. For me,
Do you
like,
guys
I
have,
thought
like-
today wasn't bad. It was 20
Like what temp-
degrees.
Oh yeah, see for me, cold is like below 50, because that's just
Ooh.
point of view, right?
Yeah, that's freezing.
Yeah.
Wait, have you experienced below 50?
No,
then?
not negative. Sorry, below the 50 Fahrenheit, like below
Oh,
positive
okay.
50 Fahrenheit.
No,
That's-
I
get
don't know
used to
Fahrenheit.
those, like...
Yeah, they use Celsius.
Sorry,
over in
below,
Camping.
Oh,
what is
right,
it?
you're a
What's that?
Celsius.
I don't even know Celsius, dude. Americans. See, that's the gap.
Really, there's like two countries. I think isn't there like two countries in the world that use Fahrenheit?
Yeah, us, and then like some
I think it's like a small country.
I was
can't
trying
remember
not to say. It's like a Middle Eastern country.
though. All right. Well, Bonnie, why don't you say a little something? You've been quiet. Totally real
No, anyway, no, earlier I said like I accidentally undid a girl's pants. That is completely true. Now it
Oh
sounds
my
really no, it
gosh.
sounds bad. Everyone chill. Everyone needs to chill. Everyone needs to chill.
All right.
This is in a medical study, right? This is in a med school class basically, right? Everything was okay. She was cool with it. I accidentally, I pulled her belt straps, so she didn't have a belt on, right? So we're doing a belt pull, right? Okay, so that's holding on someone's belt. So instead of having a belt, she had a belt strap. So I held on her belt strap and I pulled, up to get her onto. We were practicing, that, and her pants came undone. Great. It was really embarrassing, right? Normally, I mean, like that's. I laughed. Everyone laughed. It was funny. You wouldn't think that everyone would laugh. Like that's kind of an awkward thing to do when someone's pants comes undone. Like
Aw.
everyone just laughs. It was kind of awkward, but like when you think about it, uh, get better pants. Okay, just get better fucking
So
pants.
you're
Okay,
gonna blame her?
yeah, get better fucking
blame
pants. No, I'm kidding. Prepare. Okay.
Gee.
No,
The-
Always
brings-
wear a belt.
always wear a belt. Okay. God,
Even though I don't like.
I'm the victim here. Okay. No.
If we're on the topic of like weird like stories of people's pants falling down, I remember every year I go to this cosplay convention and we just cosplay or whatever. So I was wearing a skirt, right? And we're going outside, we're doing like cosplay pictures or whatever.
Yeah.
And the characters we were cosplaying was from the anime Noragami. And I was playing Hirori, and she wears like this like sailor uniform. And they were saying like, Nina, you should trip because then it'll be like you're in character. And I'm like, really? And they're like, yeah. So I tripped, but it wasn't on purpose. When I tripped, my whole skirt just flew. It literally just flew off, and I'm like,
Those
what do I
those
do?
those those skirts are small enough as it is. Like like you said, you were wearing a sailor uniform.
But the thing is that it was kind of long because she's a middle schooler, so
Oh,
they have
okay.
like those
Oh,
knee-high ones,
So it has to be long anyway.
and
Or else
it
it's-
wasn't doing anything for me. And of course, like I'm dumb, like I'm not gonna wear shorts under my skirt. They're just like, Nina, your skirt's all the way over there, and I'm like, oh, I'll just run across
So-
the street with underwear on and go
Oh,
get
okay.
it.
Okay,
Of
good.
course.
I was like,
Oh, no.
And the funny thing
This
is
is
that
why-
that was.
Oh my god.
Buddy, stop.
The funny thing was that wasn't the first time it happened, because when we got back to the hotel room, I tripped on someone's clothes, and the same thing happened. The skirt just flew off. And
Jeez.
in my mind, I'm thinking, why do I keep tripping for one? And why am I not wearing shorts under my skirt?
How is it like taking it off from just tripping? Is something like snagging it?
I think
Or
it's
is it just
'cause
like-
I think it was just big on me, so it was kind of like when I fell, it kind of just slipped off. And
That's why you need to wear a belt.
Yeah, moral of the story.
yeah,
is
wear
the
a
moral
belt.
of the
Yeah, wear a
story.
belt. Yeah, this is the wear a
Everyone
belt
just start wearing
conversation.
belts. I do have
That
to
should
say
be
it
our
fits
new
me better
trend.
now. I'm not in middle school, but I'm gonna start wearing belts. Maybe that will help.
Yeah, wear a belt. That's the moral. Women should wear belts now. That's a new thing. No, I'm kidding.
I will invest in
That's how
belts.
lame is that, right? Like, do you guys like? Everyone should just wear a belt. Well, I fucking hate belts. Like, you're gonna beat me. Trent, you're gonna have to bleep
I mean-
all my.
Honestly, belts they feel constricting.
They're terrible. Like, they're horrible. Like, I'm not saying wear. Honestly, I am saying wear a belt, but like,
What if your pants are too big?
I don't even know, guys. I don't even.
Like,
There
you
needs
gotta
to
wear
be
a
some
belt
kind of
then.
compromise, like maybe comfy nylon belts or like pants that
Just
fit
everyone
tightly.
everyone needs to wear pajama jeans. Everyone should just wear
Exactly.
pajama
I
jeans.
agree.
Exactly.
Pajama jeans.
Pajama jeans or like.
They're
but I mean,
comfy.
it sucks.
Or just wear jeggings.
Jegging.
Yeah.
What is a jegging? Okay, let's clarify.
Like-
Oh, I love jeggings. I'm wearing jeggings
they're
like-
currently.
They're like leggings that you can exercise in.
Okay.
They're like
so
leggings
all
that
leggings?
look like skinny jeans.
Oh, that's
Exactly.
cool. Wow,
Yeah,
I'm
they're
on
super
board
comfy.
with that.
Oh, I was thinking of joggers. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
Oh, joggers are nice too.
Yeah.
I like joggers.
Yeah, me too. I love. Jen's like, I like joggers. I like joggers.
I
Another
jog
Joggers
alternative
whenever,
is-
AMSMR.
whenever I go on like a nature run. I always wear some joggers.
Okay. I just
You always
On the
fold
topic
your
of
pants?
skirts, skirts feel kind of nice, especially
Okay.
with a good pair of tights.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Skirts
Yeah.
are great.
Wait, Brad, I've shown you my cosplay, right?
Oh shit.
Have I not shown
I'm
you?
gonna have to see a cosplay.
That's not a good reaction.
Cosplay.
Oh, no,
is
I
No,
should
let's
send
see
this
your
to you guys later.
cosplay.
No, I should send. Okay, I can
Text
send
me a
it now,
picture.
but
Text me a picture.
I can
I'm
send it.
gonna
in the
describe
chat
it to
right
the
now.
audience. Okay.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Oh crap! I don't think it's on my computer. I'll put it up on my phone and post it there. But
Lags out.
basically, oh no, where's? It's somewhere. I'll find it in a
Okay.
second. But basically, do you guys know the anime character Rem? From
Oh,
Re:Zero?
yes.
Yeah.
So I
She's the best
basically
girl.
cosplayed as Rem for Halloween.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Found my phone.
What anime is that from?
ReZero. I'll pull up.
Oh my god, I love that anime.
Yeah, me neither do
Getting them out
I.
of coffee.
I don't deserve to wear the cosplay because at the time I hadn't seen it yet. But I just wanted to cosplay as Rem for the memes because I knew Rem was like everyone's waifu who has seen
Honest.
is like just a huge waifu to everyone. Here's the
Samus.
I'm gonna have to find it. Samus.
I'm scared to see this photo.
You're gonna have to stick it on the screen when you post it on YouTube
Yeah.
or edit
Yeah,
it.
just me,
I
just showing a picture of Samus. Samus.
I guess I can because like
Another picture of Samus.
I mean, yeah, because it's mostly gonna be a video. But like I feel I thought about one day putting all these episodes on. Putting these episodes on SoundCloud. And
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Ooh.
yeah, that'd be hard to.
And I tried to do
Here
some
it is.
research to see where you could like put podcasts, and I was looking into the one on like Spotify. How you can, I guess you can put podcasts on Spotify now, and it didn't. It honestly looked like we should put ours on there. I was like, oh, this is actually really cool. You know, you can like Apple Music, they charge for it though. Spotify, I think you can do like if you're a college student or whatever.
Okay.
So like,
So-
interesting.
Yeah.
There's the
So I'm
picture, by the way.
I'm
It's-
looking
it's
at a
it's
picture right
off
now,
topic.
audience. Okay, this is me breaking the third wall. So I'm looking at a picture of a grown ass man in a maid costume. Okay, and he it looks like he's got a some sort of crown on the back. Was that what that is? Or
It's a headband. I
a
should've stuffed
headband,
my boobs.
okay.
I should have stuffed my boobs, dude.
okay,
That
so
would've been
headband.
better.
He's got a flat chest. I will add that.
God.
Flat chest or the
Flat
best
chest. He's
chest.
holding the peace sign. And he's got a beard. And there is it's great.
Choking.
It's good fun.
I wore that to work.
pretty good
I-
cosplay.
Yeah, pretty good.
Pretty
I actually
good.
wore that
That's-
to work. It was fun.
Oh my god.
It was,
See, in
we were-
America, honestly, how did you
I
pull
will
that off?
below.
I mean, well, it was around the time of Halloween, and we were allowed to come in wearing costumes, and I wore this, and I got
God,
tons
you're
of
that one
compliments.
guy.
I got tons of compliments from people saying, "Oh,
Did-
you look so beautiful."
Oh, you look so great.
Oh.
Are you
And
I
transitioning?
Are you trans?
Are you in transition? Are you pre-op or
You know-
post-op?
Oh
this
god.
too
Oh
far?
my god.
Yes.
It's fine.
Trenton's like, yes.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
we should probably
dude.
go ahead and stop talking about this.
Oh,
Alright,
yeah.
totally. Yeah.
Let's get
I'm
into
so
the news.
sorry.
I agree.
First thing on the list, we got PewDiePie versus T-Series. Got really close. We talked about this last episode, and we're gonna talk about this episode because it got really close this time. T-Series was only 30,000 subscribers away from passing PewDiePie.
Oh, that's super close. I
Yes.
checked like this morning and it's like at 100,000.
Yeah, he got a little bit of a boost recently. I think first Keemstar decided to do a live stream on a Drama Alert to kind of boost PewDiePie's subscribers, and then PewDiePie actually as much as I don't want to say it, he ended up playing Fortnite because he was desperate. So
Man.
and
Fortnite
he played
still
Fortnite to
attracts.
get
Fortnite-
he played Fortnite to get more subscribers, and he did.
Wow.
And so, and then finally, Mr. Beast,
I saw
the guy,
that.
the same guy who bought a billboard who bought billboards in his city that said "subscribe to PewDiePie." He actually went to the Super Bowl with some friends, and they all held up signs that said "subscribe to PewDiePie."
Yeah, the t-shirts, right?
Yep. The
Oh yeah, the T-shirts. They had T-shirts.
Yeah.
It looks like
People,
sign-
they get
it
people
looks
to
kinda
wear
like
this
signs.
stuff. Like. No, I mean, like, that's funny. That's great.
Yeah, but like, what's gonna happen? What do you think is gonna happen when they actually do pass him? Because honestly, it might happen. Because they're on the road to doing that. Even though we're putting up a good fight, there's a lot of YouTubers who are giving PewDiePie a lot of subscribers because like they don't want T-Series to pass PewDiePie. Because they're in India, and India really likes.
Fortnite.
I mean-
I'm doing a Fortnite pose. Is that what you're saying?
No, because
well, they do like Fortnite.
I mean, India is like the second most populated country in the world, so obviously they're gonna support their YouTube channel that does like the type of media that a lot of people are into,
Fortnite.
which is music and movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree too. I just looked them up just because I wanted to know like what's the hype.
It's mainly because like they're not from like our country, or just they don't speak our language. I mean, the top 10 YouTubers in the world, a lot of them speak like Spanish. There's a lot of them who speak like Spanish, or like there's one who speaks Portuguese, and every single one of those, except for Hola Soy German, every single one of those I've never heard of.
Yeah.
Because I mean they're not. I mean their videos aren't in my native language, or they're not in a language that I speak well, so I wouldn't know about them in the first place, because I probably wouldn't like search up videos, the type of videos that they make, videos that are in Spanish or like in Portuguese.
Or they probably wouldn't even be suggested to you because you speak English and your thing's set to English, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, still, even still, I get a lot of like videos that are in Japanese that I just watch anyway.
Yeah. All right. So news. Okay. Is there any more news subjects?
Yeah, that was kind of just a quick one to talk about. Now we're gonna talk about a bit of a controversial one.
My
Soldier
gosh.
Boy. Soldier Boy. Is he a rapper? I think he's a rapper. I don't know.
Is it controversial? I thought it was just like a dumb thing that
Yeah,
happened.
Soldier Boy coming out with
Right.
more. Soldier Boy is coming out with more gaming consoles.
Oh, he's doing more?
Yeah.
Wait,
So
I
his,
thought, what happened? Wait.
I thought
So-
it got like taken down.
Right.
yeah. So what happened was, let me go to
Okay, looking that up.
let me
Okay.
just go to soldierwatch.com. Yeah, we're gonna plug this.
What hardware does it have?
Oh, okay, never mind. The website's down. But so
Great.
Oh my
So-
gosh.
what happened was, when he first announced that he was gonna release his own consoles, they were literally just a bunch of Chinese knockoff consoles that you would find on like Wish, on like the app, like those phone apps, Wish or Geek, if you ever use those.
Visa.
Where, like,
Yeah.
everything's from China,
Yeah.
and just bootleg. And so it's just those Chinese bootleg consoles, but he just brands them as his own name. And the problem with those consoles,
The
with
hardware's bad.
any with all those consoles, is one, the hardware's bad, but also because they're all
It's bad.
they're all built in with a bunch of licensed Nintendo games. They and so because Nintendo didn't want any of that, because I mean, you know, Nintendo and how serious they are about their licensing and like keeping all their products safe. And so what they did was I think they sued Soulja Boy, or they
Yeah.
Yep.
and
Or it
so
was like
he,
a cease and desist, probably.
yeah, and so he had to take down every single one of his consoles on that website. And so, but he wasn't done after that. What he decided to do was bring back the consoles, but this time, instead of using a bunch of Nintendo games, he's using a bunch of Sega games.
Oh, God.
No, really. Come on.
Sega, who doesn't care that much about their licensing, and this is all like a bunch of like Sega Genesis
Wait,
games,
Sega's
like
not
Sonic the
dead?
Hedgehog, or well, Sega consoles are dead, but I mean Sega's still running.
Oh yeah.
running
they
company.
make games,
Right.
Yeah.
Speaking of Sega, we'll talk about one other
Sega.
things in a second here, in a bit here. But yeah, so JonTron made, was it 2? No, he made one video, and then this other YouTuber made a video about Soulja Boy's next line of consoles. But yeah, so now they all have Sega games, and because they're all just a bunch, I guess because they're all just a bunch of old games, and Sega in general doesn't really care about the licensing of those. Soulja Boy can pretty much just use those and keep selling his bootleg consoles, which are terrible. They even though they're like old Sega games, like the first Sonic the Hedgehog, they're still just absolutely like they run terrible. It's like trying to play Counter-Strike on a computer with 2 gigabytes of RAM.
Yeah, or like
It's
no
it's
GPU.
just terrible.
Yeah, or like no card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could be wrong. I think maybe Sega did end up suing them, or requesting a cease and desist, because I mean the website's down. So
Yeah.
oh yeah, because it says this shop is unavailable. So oh well.
Well,
I guess we'll have some updates on that later.
But yeah, these consoles are just terrible.
They're
They're
bad.
not even. He didn't like design them or anything. He's just using ones that are already made and rebranding them as his own.
I mean, like
Yeah.
you can't put
And
new
like on
games
Twitter,
on
he's like, on Twitter, he's just been like, "Oh, this is totally legit. I don't know why. Like, I'm not worried. I'm just, what are you doing?"
For real.
He's and like at the same time, Soldier Boy's just trying to get publicity.
He's trying to make a comeback.
Speaking of that, guess what I found out recently?
What's up?
Apparently, so we all know the very lovely Jake Paul. I'm sure.
Oh God.
Oh my gosh, not
Well,
again.
I got some news
It's
for
like the
you.
Trump of the internet.
For real.
Jake Paul, and Soldier Boy might be fighting each other.
What?
Okay.
Who
In-
has
in-
he not challenged?
Kind of fight.
Oh no, like a boxing
Okay,
fight,
like, okay.
like what he did with that one other YouTuber,
Okay.
or like how Logan Paul fought KSI, but basically simply what he did was he went onto Twitter and said, "I want to fight Soldier Boy," and Soldier Boy kind of like accepted that challenge or something. So I guess they're gonna have a fight.
Oh,
I don't know. It's definitely a publicity stunt.
definitely.
There's nothing else to it. They're just doing this. They're just doing this for the publicity. But I mean, and I remember Soldier Boy from my childhood too. I mean that's my mom used to have one of his songs as her favorite songs, and it would always play on the radio. And now he's making terrible gaming consoles.
He's just the boy with the dream.
He's the real soldier.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
my-
And then he actually started making good music. Like, do you guys feel? Or, nah? I mean,
He's
Eh,
alright.
his music's okay. Definitely.
Despacito.
It's not as bad as
Okay,
it
everyone was
used to be.
silent after that. Great. Okay.
Yeah. We're
Awkward.
done with Despacito.
Okay.
Dead meme.
Despacito's
Right.
a meme now. Despacito's a meme now.
I mean, it's okay. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Death.
Dead Pasito.
Soldier Boy is the only soldier that I won't thank for his service.
Oh my god.
Anyone know XX Tentacion or?
Oh God.
Yeah.
No.
Poor guy.
Nothing
Oh.
else. I
Mm-mm.
mean, nothing else to talk about rapper wise, in
Okay.
my opinion. I mean, there is that one rapper who got arrested. 21 Savage.
Yeah,
he
21
actually
Savage.
got arrested
Oh yeah. Oh no.
because he's an illegal immigrant from the UK.
Exactly. Or
Never got his green card.
yeah, that's it. I'm sure.
Was he
Yeah, have they
deported?
proved it
Was he
already?
deported or just arrested?
Okay, wasn't he in a bunch of gang stuff too?
I think.
I don't know.
No, yeah,
didn't know
there was this meme I saw where they said I guess when 21 Savage was talking about his boys in red, he was talking about these guys, and it was just a picture of the Royal Guard.
Seen that? I saw that.
That's funny.
With the red
I was like,
outfits and
oh no, why'd they do him like that?
yeah. Nothing coming from him. He's still in jail. So
Yeah, nothing to see here.
Yep, move along.
yeah. So that out of the way, let's go ahead and get to Bonnie, who has been excited to talk about this game that he has shown me. You have 10 minutes, okay? 10 minutes. So you may go now. Yeah, speaking of animation, let's talk about something that I'm very excited for. Animation in 2019. It looks
Yeah.
it looks both promising and also terrible. So last episode we talked about the live action Lion King, which is technically which is animated. It's animated because it's all CGI. But I mean, not really excited for that. But one thing I am excited for is Toy Story 4. Did we talk about that in the last episode? Okay, never mind. One thing I am excited for is
Never mind, guys.
Let me change what I'm excited for. Never mind.
deleting that from the script. All right. One thing I am excited for is Has Been Hotel. Have you guys heard of that?
No.
Oh, that one.
Been Hotel.
Wasn't there like this controversy surrounding the Zizzy Pop person?
Well, Vivzy Pop, the person who's making the series is Vivzy Pop, who is very well known for her music video animation of Die Young, of the song Die Young.
Oh.
She made an animated music video for that song, which it did get copyright. It did get copyright claimed at one point, but there was some stuff that went on. But she wasn't gonna make money off of it anyway.
Die Young by
So-
Kesha?
Yep.
I think yeah.
Okay.
I love that song.
So she made a music video of that, but it was like furry based, so it got a fair amount of hate. But it was also very well loved because it was such an amazingly animated music video, and it was a collaboration between different animators. One of them, who I actually have appreciation for, Kyra Kapetsky, who helped with animation in that video. But yeah, Vivzy Pop got really popular, got a lot of her fan base from that music video, and now she's making an animated series with a team of animators and voice actors called Has Been Hotel, which is basically where this girl who lives in hell. It takes place in hell, and this girl is tired of seeing everyone in hell being exterminated because there's not enough room in hell. And so what she wants to do to fix the population problem is to make a hotel that rehabilitates sinners and sends them to heaven. The thing is, nobody likes that idea, and so she's struggling to make it a reality. And episode 1 is I think the pilot's supposed to air this year. Vivzy has released a lot of like clips, a fair amount of like clips and like a musical number from the first episode.
Yeah.
And honestly, the animation looks like really promising. I'm actually like excited for it.
Aww.
I mean, have you guys seen anything from it?
Bad opinion, like unpopular opinion with me. Can I voice it?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I'm not like, I look at it and I have some issues with it with just being like I don't like the movement as much. Maybe it's just me, and also like I feel like the character's also really bright, and that's usually fine. But then you have to contrast it with a background, right? But her backgrounds are also really bright. So then a lot of the time, they kind of blend together for me, and I feel like I would still watch it a bit maybe just to see like where it goes. But
Yeah.
if it makes sense, it looks kind of student filmy to me.
Well, I mean, one thing I am hoping doesn't happen is that it turns out like Steven Universe, and they just like capitalize on like gay and like LGBT stuff, or just things like that, because I mean, Steven Universe capitalized on a lot of that, which is why, and too much on a lot of like LGBT stuff rather than an actual plot, which is why I didn't really appreciate that show as much as a lot of other people. But hopefully Has Been Hotel doesn't do something like that, because there is I think it's a gay character, but like honestly, he seems pretty cool so far. Hopefully they don't like ruin it with a bunch of stuff like that though.
Yeah, probably. Have you guys read her webcomic?
No.
No.
It's called Zoophobia, and
Oh, I heard about that.
yeah, it's on hiatus right now. I think she might be like redoing it or something, but that's also a thing.
All right.
Well, I just got an email from Brad. Brad, what'd you email me? Oh, you're requesting access to the doc. Did I not send it to you?
No, that'd been funny if you were like.
Gosh.
No, it'd been funny if you were like, no, you're not editing this.
Oh wait, did you request to edit? No, don't. No, take it back. Take it back.
No, don't take it back. Here.
I accepted it. I thought you were requesting to view.
Okay.
All right, whatever. All right, so that's Has Been Hotel, and then here's an animation that may be promising. The Lego Movie 2.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah,
me
I've
too.
heard. Yeah, I think it's repeating what they did with the first Lego Movie, where the trailer looked terrible and boring, but the movie ended up being really good.
You're right.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Because and it's the same thing with this one. Because like the second Lego Movie, the trailer looked boring. It looked like a terrible movie. But next thing I know, it releases in theaters, and it's got an 85% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a pretty good like audience review.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. You know, you always see a trailer and you're like, maybe not. Then you go see it and you're like, oh, okay, it was alright.
Well, it's better than the alternative where the trailer is super good and then the movie's crap, right?
Yeah, true. True.
Also, yeah, Brad just texted me saying, well, it just came out recently. The Lego Movie 2 just. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna see it too with the ratings it's getting. Also, Brad is telling me that I accidentally said his last name, so I'm gonna cut that out in editing.
Okay.
Oh, alright. I didn't even notice, but okay.
What do you mean,
I
shush?
didn't even notice.
I've seen the first one, which is kind of like a bit more like childish and cartoony, while the second one was actually a bit more serious.
Yeah.
But it was also
Yeah,
still like pretty good. This is a running series where it's like it's a bit goofy but serious at the same time, but it's also like good. A lot of series like that don't really work out, but somehow How to Train Your Dragon manages to just pull it off.
Yeah, I have to agree.
It's just so pretty too.
It is very pretty, yeah.
Animation is
Yeah.
definitely well done.
The first
I wanna
one
know-
was a little goofy, though. But the
I
second
wanna
one
know
did
what
do better.
I'll tell you what though, I want to know what happened between the animation style for the first one and the second one, because boy howdy that was a transition.
For real, though. When you watch the first one, like, this is a little questionable.
This guy's a huge nerd and he looks like a loser. And then and then you see the trailer for the second movie. He takes his helmet off and is like, oh my god, he's beautiful.
Yeah, you're like, what happened? Like, puberty hit him or something?
What what happened? Did you
Like, ooh.
what did you leave Minecraft behind and start? Would you leave Roblox behind and start playing Minecraft or something? What's going on?
Do you guys know about the book series? That like
4.
Oh no, I haven't read it.
No,
it started off as a book series first, and it's like pretty different. Like the kid in it is like a complete nerd, and like Toothless is a really common like tiny dragon that literally does not have teeth. So it's pretty different, but it's like since they're both good, I'm like this is fine.
Yeah.
I'm guessing the book people are not too fond of it.
No, I mean you can't criticize it that much. Like the only thing it's sharing is really like some character names in like the title.
Right.
Since it's completely different, I feel like you shouldn't. There's nothing to complain about, right? Because it's not like they're altering it and making it worse.
Right, right.
Well, let's see. Okay, now let's get into an animation that I'm sure none of us are excited for. Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie.
No.
There's a freaking movie.
Movie.
They made a movie.
Great.
Can they
It's
just
gonna be like
stop?
Angry Birds.
Can they just stop? Like,
Neither am I.
can they just stop? Like, no. Why would they do this?
I don't know, and from
Wait, there's been already one? What?
I think there was one. There have been like animated Sonic movies, but like this one, is kind of like Detective Pikachu, where everything is live action except Sonic,
Oh,
is CGI.
what?
Stop.
who is
That's so-
CGI. Yeah. He looks ugly as hell too.
Yeah, he does. It looks disgusting. Like, get
They've
back
released-
in your rat hole.
Yeah.
They've released images and it looks terrible.
It does. Like, leave.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks horrible. Is that Chris
Yeah,
Pratt?
that's him. Yeah, that's what he looks like.
That looks terrible.
Oh, is that? Oh no, it better not be.
I'm
Chris
telling you, if
Pratt.
that
Is
thing
it
was on
really
my
Chris
property, I'd
Pratt?
probably shoot it, I'll be honest.
He's on a police car. Oh my god, is this gonna be a blatant ripoff of Detective
I'm
Pikachu?
done.
Please
I'm
no.
done. Nina leaves chat again. Like, I
God.
can't.
Oh,
Also, is that a tangent with the feet and the head? Like, where's he resting his?
I don't know.
What a design choice.
Who decided that?
Has he always had ears?
Good question. I
Has
don't
Sonic
know.
always had ears? Has he?
This
Sonic
this is getting out of hand.
design. I'm looking at this right now.
No.
Okay, he does have ears. They just don't look that terrible.
Oh no.
Yeah, his eyes are separated now.
Oh yeah, he has two eyes.
Yeah, he does have
Weird.
two eyes.
He has 2 eyes.
They're not right next to each other. Ooh, yikes.
That's slightly better.
I don't like that either.
Yeah.
He looks
That's more
crispy, like he got burnt or something.
This one looks more like a furry.
Yeah.
Looks more like. Yeah.
They put him in a toaster oven. That's how I see it.
So.
Good fried animal.
Based on how Sonic has been doing with games, it's probably not going to be that good. Really, the only good thing that has come of Sonic recently is the TV show Sonic Boom, which was at least a pretty decent show. It was actually kind of good.
Debatable.
But the game was terrible. The Sonic Boom video game was terrible.
Yeah.
Riddled with glitches and just
Not debatable.
whew.
Right.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Well, before we close the podcast, I'd like to take a second to give a shout out to this animated series that I have really loved recently. It's technically not 2019, but it was late 2018. But they have a new season coming out for 2019. It's this Netflix original series called Hilda.
Oh yes. One of my teachers worked on it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, I can actually see that because it's a British Canadian animated series.
Oh,
So-
sweet.
So it's pretty much the British version of Gravity Falls. Very, very cute animation. It's like mythical creatures everywhere. There's an interesting like story. There's mystery going on, and it's being solved by a group of friends. It's just really good.
All right.
I definitely recommend anyone who liked the Gravity Falls series, definitely go check out Hilda. Yeah. There we go,
I
check
will
it
do
out.
so.
All right. Well, I think that's gonna do it. Unless you guys want to have any final notes.
All right. No, we are not sponsored by whatever the gum company I brought up.
Yeah,
Gotta bring that up real quick.
we're not sponsored at all. All of these shout-outs we've given are completely free of charge.
I mean, Alert is okay.
And
It tastes like crap,
and we
so
should-
you know. Although if they did want to sponsor us, that'd be cool, but they won't. So.
Yeah. Any
We're-
sponsorship,
Sponsorship.
yeah.
We're taking sponsors.
All right. So,
All right.
in conclusion of all the lessons we have learned, 1, don't look at Sonic's legs for too long. 2, always wear a belt.
Oh yeah. I
3.
need that.
Never speed.
Well,
And
Oh,
4,
yeah.
well,
Yeah.
relatively. You know, like if you're, I mean, you can.
no, just don't.
No, I
speed.
mean, like let's.
Period.
There's times when you need to speed, like emergency situations, and then just turn on your hazards.
Okay, maybe. Yeah, you know if
It's
there's
justifiable.
if you're
If
escaping.
only if you're an EMT.
Yeah.
No, I think that's it.
All right.
I think we're gonna close out the podcast here. Thanks for watching, everyone.
out,
Thank you
guys.
for watching episode 1 of the Behind the Screens podcast. We will be back with episode 2 later on. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Outro. Bye.